Welcome to the first edition of TRIXX School. Nikolai Rogatkin and Max Fredriksson are two of the best freeride mountain bikers in the world. At just 22, Nikolai has already won pretty much everything there is to win, from the FIS World Series to Crankworks. Just a year older, Max has finished second on the FMB World Tour Series behind Nikolai and is always one of the major players at the big events. These guys constantly drop absolutely huge tricks, but what goes into landing their biggest? We set Nikolai and Max the task of explaining their favorite tricks to each other.
Yeah, one of my favorite tricks to do, even though I don't really get to do it that often, is the cash roll tail whip. I did it for the first time back in Innsbruck a few years ago, and yeah, I'm stoked to be able to do it here this week. It's probably the biggest jump I've ever done it on, for sure.
Yeah, that trick is just insane. I think you were probably the one that's showing that it's possible to do a cash roll, just a normal cash roll on a mountain bike, and now you're throwing a tail whip in there as well. That's insane.
So the cash roll is kind of a hard trick to explain, especially because a lot of riders have different styles in that trick, but it's basically defined as a 180 to backflip 180 with a bit of a front flip 360 element mixed in there, so 720 degrees of rotation. So already a pretty complex trick. So basically have to pop the cash roll right off the lip, and the pop for a cash roll is kind of when you throw your body forward and to the side at the same time, the rotation that you're spinning. So you have to throw that body motion as hard as possible off the lip, and then the faster the tail whip happens, the better. So you just have to make sure that tail whip gets around, and then catch the bike. And the catch of the bike is the most vital point of the trick. You have to focus on that part the most. And yeah, as soon as you catch, you basically have to cork your body out and get into kind of a backflip 180 position and bring it around. So it's a very step-by-step trick, but once those pedals are caught, you just cork it and it usually comes around. So yeah, so it works.
Well, you probably already know my favorite trick is backflip bar spin to tail whip. When you go into the lip, you kind of have to go a little bit faster when you do a regular backflip bar spin. And then you have to keep your eyes on the bar while you're spinning it in the backflip. And then when you catch it, you have to brake so your wheel doesn't spin as fast, and then do a late tail whip to spin the bike around after you're catching the bars on the way down from the backflip. So a lot goes into it, and it's really weird in the head, I guess, but it's a cool one.
For sure. I mean, that sounds technical as ever. I mean, I've done a lot of flip bars in my life, but my flip whip game is not nearly as insane as yours. So yeah, I feel like they have to be pretty on point to throw the whip that late, but yeah, you got that down.